All right, hello everyone. Meteorologist Carly Smith is here with the rain this week and how it's going to impact your day. Your live weather impact update with myself, Meteorologist Carly Smith, is getting started now. Hey there, Coastal Bend. We are talking daily chances, daily opportunities for rainfall this week. It is exciting, but of course it is not a persistent kind of forecast, which means we're not getting rain every second of every day. So there's going to be periods with no rain, there's going to be periods with rain, there's going to be a day with no rain, there's going to be a day with a lot of rain. So it's going to be really hit or miss, but there are a couple of days where we are a little bit more confident in the amount of rainfall we will see. So overall, the three things you need to know with this weather that's going to impact us this week is it is an unsettled week. We'll talk about why in just a second, but we are looking at daily opportunity for rainfall, and the highest impact does look to come Tuesday through Thursday. Now, it's not to say that's a guarantee of you're going to see rain Tuesday through Thursday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, odds are you're going to get some of that rainfall. So here's a look at why we are in this unsettled weather pattern right now. So this is our available moisture in the atmosphere that can be condensed and turned into rainfall. And so I want to back up for a second. We have this. It's not going to let me draw because there's not a pause point. Okay. So anyway, we have this area right here it's a little bit of a weak kind of tropical wave trying to set up. There's a lot of deep tropical moisture right here in this area of the Bay of Campeche. There's also a lot of Saharan dust. So that's limiting any chance of tropical development, which is a good thing. But both of those are going to be brought up into the coastal bend as that blue area of high pressure continues to track just a little bit more to the west. At the same time, we have this trough that's hanging out in between these two areas of high pressure over the central United States, and that's what's keeping that stationary front in place, is because these two areas of high pressure are kind of fighting against each other, because essentially the one over the Gulf is trying to bring moisture up this direction, while the one over land is trying to bring all of the dry air down in this direction. And that's why we get this stationary front just kind of chilling and hanging out. And that's why we're going to see our daily opportunity of rainfall. So we'll continue on. Watch what happens. You see, I had this area highlighted. This area right here was circled. Now there's deep tropical moisture all the way up to the Texas coastline. And so this is Tuesday. Then we continue on through Wednesday. We're still getting that deeper green showing up on our available moisture. We've taken that moisture that was over the Bay of Campeche and stretched it now up into even Louisiana and much of the southeast. And then we continue to see that as the gradient tightens a little bit between that stationary front and the high pressure. But essentially what starts to happen is this high continues to track a little bit more to the west as we head into next week, and that's going to start to limit our rain chances because it will change kind of the steering winds, and additionally, under the center of the high pressure, you get sinking air, and so we'll start to be closer to that. But with that being said, we are highlighting days we think will have the highest impact to your day, and so I think that's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Heavy rain and then flooding is going to be the greatest risk. However, with that being said, I want to emphasize the flooding risk is low. Like, it's not an extensive, crazy guarantee that we're going to get flooding, but what it is a chance, right? Street flooding happens pretty easily in Corpus Christi, so you're going to want to keep that in mind anytime you're driving out. Make sure your windshield wipers are ready for some rainfall, and have, an umbrella or a rain jacket ready for the upcoming week. So I tried to go through, it's very difficult because the data, the long range data that goes out past Tuesday is not crystal clear, and the rainfall totals are really for about every 3 hours or so. So determining that exact point of when we're going to see the heaviest rain is easier said than done, but road conditions look to be potentially their worst through the morning hours, but that's mostly for coastal locations. So areas inland aren't necessarily going to see, especially far into the brush country, aren't necessarily going to see the same impact as areas closer to the coast. And I'll explain that in a little bit more detail in just a second. But overall, it is looking like the morning we're expecting some downpours, especially near the coast. Could be numerous downpours a little bit further inland Wednesday and Thursday. And then Wednesday and Thursday afternoon, to me, look a little bit more active than tomorrow afternoon. And overnight, there'll be a trend where once the sun goes down, we see weakening storms and we'll get some dry time, but some storms might start to pop up, especially near the coast, a little bit earlier into, or later into the night, earlier into the morning, so it could be before the sun rises. So it's not totally a green to go overnight, but it looks much greener than other periods of the day. So rainfall forecast, this is going Monday through Sunday, so all week long. I think the coast will see the most rain, 3 to 5 inches, while areas a little bit more inland, 2 to 4 inches is what I'm thinking. What's up, Lexus? Good morning. Anyway, 2 to 4 inches is what we're looking at, even in much of our watershed. So rain forecast is going to be, again, I highlighted Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for a weather impact alert day. And Friday and Saturday are going to still have rain in the area, but it's going to be a little bit less. So it'll be trending down, it looks like, into the weekend. When I mentioned the rain, coastal versus inland, and all of that jazz, it's easier to really define that day by day. So each morning I'll try to create one of these graphics that show the area I think will see the most rain for the day. And so today, that's numerous showers and storms right along the coastline where it's a bit more isolated the further inland you live. So here's our current radar showing that off pretty nicely. Granted, it's still very spotty, it's still very scattered. We are getting a little bit more activity showing up now in portions of Southside Corpus Christi. So you're seeing that here. This is still, I believe this is Yorktown, 357, or is that Saratoga? Anyway, we are really starting to see, one of those heavy downpours, Chapman Ranch area, Flower Bluff, some off and on kind of spotty rain. But here we go, we're starting to get the rain showing up for those near coastal locations. Rockport, Aransas County has seen the most rain, especially Fulton area and then north along Highway 35. We could see our rainfall total. So this is how much rain has fallen over the last hour. Look at that. So the last 3 hours, we're adding it up. But there we have it. As I mentioned, 35 north of Fulton, Rockport, Fulton, seeing most of the rain, which unfortunately a lot of that's over water or marshy areas, but at least we're getting some rain. We're gonna see rain this week, so don't anticipate it all to be one day, especially not today. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I think we will see more rainfall in the region. This is our rain over the last 24 hours. So that includes rain that fell yesterday for areas right along Highway 77. That's where a lot of the action was yesterday. So we just looked at our current radar where the coastal areas are seeing the rain. Even with the coastal areas, I'm anticipating, several storms along the coast. Overall, it's still just a widely scattered region that is going to see the rain today. So I'm not anticipating widespread rain really any day this week, but it does go up to scattered nearing that numerous level on our Tuesday, and it likely could impact your morning commute. So here's Futurecast breaking it down. This is 3 p.m. this afternoon. The high is still over here. The stationary front's to our north. So you see a lot of activity right along that stationary front that's stretching through Kerrville, much of the hill country, north of San Antonio, a little bit more to the south. This is where we're setting up. So this is spotty. This model is probably overdoing it a little bit right now, but not too bad. Then, as we continue on, that was slow. You notice, as the sun sets, we lose that convection unless you're close to that front. So where that stationary front is, storms are going to fire up and start to move a little bit south and southeast along that boundary. And then they'll likely weaken because, again, there's no sunlight. And so that sun is energy, essentially, for the storms. And so as we head into Tuesday, some outflow boundaries are likely going to be left over. And so Tuesday morning, that's why I have it highlighted as yellow, is it does look like we'll have some spotty activity. It's not necessarily just along the coast, but once again, our coastal counties likely going to see a little bit more action early Tuesday morning. And again, it's not for everyone, but the Tuesday morning commute likely going to be with some heavy rainfall. Then as we head into Tuesday afternoon, we see some storms develop near the coast, and then that action will move a little bit more inland. We lose that high resolution data. And then what we see is our long resolution data, which is, again, spotty, but you see the deeper green showing up Wednesday morning, again, during your morning commute. Then we might get some dry time actually Wednesday afternoon, but evening storms then developing with that front getting a little closer to us. Then Thursday morning commute, likely to see some spotty storms in the area. And then heading into Thursday afternoon and evening, it might taper off a little bit. But as you can see, even with this long range data, it's still very hit or miss. It's a hit or miss forecast. It's very spotty. But it does look like we have a flood risk in place for Monday into Tuesday. These dates are off now because the morning data versus the afternoon data, it just throws everything off. But anyway, this is actually going to be your Wednesday flood outlook, and then this is your Thursday flood outlook, which could be escalated or changed a little bit. But yeah, overall, Tuesday, the highest flood risk is to our north, and we're in the highest flood risk. This should say Wednesday for everyone that's questioning that. Anyway, in your 7-day forecast, again, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday look to be the highest weather impact for you. That's why it has an alert. Then it's a little bit more spotty and widely scattered across Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Right now, this does not look like tornado weather. There may be some tropical funnels, but that's really all I would expect. I wouldn't expect any of those funnels to reach the ground, but that just comes with lighter winds at the surface and faster winds aloft. But overall, severe weather is not what we're tracking, but flooding is our main concern. Yeah, so Ash Nicole also asked the same question. Any chances of severe like hail? At this time, no, it doesn't really look like that. We do get a lot of CAPE, which is our convective available potential energy here in South Texas, which typically does give way to more opportunities for hail. If we were to see any hail, it would be very, very small pea-sized hail. But we're not anticipating anything like strong wind shear, or there's a lot of available moisture, but we're missing some of the key ingredients for that severe weather. So no, not anticipating hail. There will be some lightning. So for boating and fishing, you've got to keep a close eye on this forecast. There will be some lightning. If there is any hail, it would be very small, but I'm not even expecting that. Tornadoes, no tornadoes. However, tropical funnels, those will be possible. So yeah, great questions. That's all that I have for you guys. So we are going to end this Facebook Live, and let me know if you have any more questions. We'll be doing this daily right around this time, and I hope to see you guys later on this week, maybe tomorrow, Wednesday. Definitely tune in Wednesday. That looks to be the day I anticipate a decent amount of rainfall in the area. Have a great week, y'all.